Hi everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to do a tutorial. As you can see, I have one eye done and one eye undone. I'm going to do the tutorial on the Sue Devitt Sarengeti that I was wearing in the Barney's Bag video. I got a lot of requests for it, so I thought I'd give it my best shot, and we'll get started so that I don't run out of time. I am using a MAC 213 brush, and this is the Sarengeti, however you choose, palette that we'll be using. I'm going to start with the bronze, which is the third color down from the top, right here. And I'm just going to go in with my brush. I'm going to tap. Always tap. Okay, let's set this here. I have my makeup mirror here. And I'm just going to go in and pack my lid. Little neat because I already started out like I was going after a madman or something with that eye. Okay, I'm packing it just on my lid, right up to where the crease line begins. All there. I'm going to go back in and get some more of that color because I want to pack it on pretty good. I'm going to see if I can just look right into the computer. Okay, so we're packing it on. And you want to pack it on pretty good because you're going to do a little blending. And what I'm doing here is a smoky eye without using any base pencils as your depth or your dimension, however you choose to. Describe it. Thank you all for being good sports with my video on my feet. I thought we could all use a little laughter with all this weather that's going around and paralyzing some cities. It's just terrible. Okay. So I've got that bronze color packed on my lid. Now I'm going to go in with a blending brush, and I'm using a MAC blending brush. These are either 222s. I'm not going to tell the brush sizes because I will definitely run out. I'm sorry, this is a Sigma E35 that I'm using. I'm starting to really like the Sigmas because the MAC brushes shed so much and it really annoys me. Okay, you're going to go in and you're just going to blend that out, just like a little... You don't want to blend down. On the corner, you want to blend up. And if you have a hard time doing that, always do your circles so they come in then instead of out. So then you won't flare out. You don't want to drag down on the eye at all because, my friends, if you are over 45, then you too know that your eye is going to droop all on its own. Okay, so I've blended that. Excuse me. I've blended that out and up. I have to check it with my mirror just to make sure. Okay, so I've got that all blended. I blended up in the corner here so that I give the illusion of lifting my eye up. I don't want to extend out over where my natural line would stop, meeting my brow to the corner of my eye. You don't want to come down because then you drag everything down. And when we were young, this was all up there, beautiful, just ready to greet the world. And now, when you let go of it, you can see that it droops down. Now my lid is starting to really come down over and almost hood over. So I really focus on lifting this area up, okay? So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more just to make sure that it's all even. Okay, and blend it good. You just want to soften the edge of that line. That's what's most important when you're doing makeup. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat today. I don't know why. Anyway, you want to make sure that you soften all the lines when you're applying makeup. If that's the one thing I ever taught models when I was working for the model agency as their makeup artist. I used to teach their class for models on how to apply their own makeup when they didn't have a makeup artist like myself there. Anything could happen. Somebody could get sick, and then you should know how to do the basics. So I was, not all of us, but if you're going to go into the modeling industry, you should probably know how to do that too. So, okay, now I'm going to go in with a dome brush, and this is also a Sigma, and I will tell you the names of them after because I don't want to run out of time here. Okay, now I'm going in and I'm taking the rust, the orange, and I'm just going to put it on the tip of that brush. You know, with tutorials, you try not to babble, but you can't help. You just can't help yourself. Okay, now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to really exaggerate my eye up. And I'm going to go where my crease used to be. And I'm just going to go like a windshield wiper, back and forth, like the hand on a big grandpa's, you know, the little thing that swags back and forth with the seconds or windshield wiper, however you choose to. Whatever you want to call this, girls, you call it. Okay, so I'm filling in that crease, all right? So now, if you look at my eye, I'm creating a lift to it, and I'm also creating the depth or the dimension back into what I have lost as I age. Again, when I was younger, my eye makeup was it was so much easier. The application was easier because I still had the contour left in my own face, you know? So it's difficult. And that's another thing. I truly believe that every woman, as you age, you really need to wear a little bit of makeup because as your face ages, you lose all of its natural contour. So you want to put that back so that, you know, you look alive. You look somewhat dapper. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with that again, and I'm just going to make sure that I have enough color in the crease with that. Again, focusing up in the corner here. Okay, and by the way, I think that this palette would look absolutely stunning on blue eyes. Okay, going in with another blending brush. It's the same Sigma. I think it was a 35. I'm going to blend that line. Again, if you can't control your hand from dragging too far down, then you want to circle in, okay? All right, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to soften that line. Okay, so now that's softened. And again, you want to make sure that it stays here. I mean, some people will show you, and this is great to do, if you can't control it, take a piece of tape. I don't have to put the tape, but if you can't, take a piece of tape. Some people use just a piece of paper and they help themselves, you know, as their guideline so that they don't drag it down too far. Okay, next I'm going to go in with a flat brush. Where's my little flat guy? Here he is. This is a MAC, okay? And again, don't know the color, the name of the number because I just don't. So now I'm going to go in with the dark chocolate brown here. I'm going to pack that on the corner of my brush. Okay, so I've gone in there. Tap, tap, tap. Remember, tap. Tap your excess off. You can always apply more. You put too much on, you start getting into a muddy mess. So tap. Okay, now I do this a little differently than other people. I used to do it where I would create the whole V, but unfortunately, with my eye drooping, I now do it a different way so that I can create the illusion of having a lifted eye without a scalpel doing it for me, which there's nothing wrong with, but I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to that. Okay, so going in, and I'm going to go straight up and down with that color. I'm just going to pack it on. If you're worried about fallout, then do your foundation last, because you do get a little bit of fallout with this. Okay, see how I've exaggerated that line now? I'm going to go in and get just a little bit more, tap it, and I'm really going to pack it. And then I'm going to go just like as if it was a little bit of an eyeliner right here. Don't drag it out too much, just a little bit, okay? Then I'm going to go in with a blending brush. Excuse me. And I'm going to soften that line right there. And then I'm going to just soften this. Again, if you can't control, circle in. Just going to soften it all, blend it in there. Okay. And then let me look and see. Lighting's a little bit, the sun is shining, but still not enough. Okay, I've got a little fallout, so I just take a clean brush, and I go in there and I just clean it up, okay? Clean it up, and that's gone. Okay, so there's that, okay? Now, I'm going to take that same flat brush. I'm not going to go in and take any more of the dark color. I am going to just go underneath my eye. I do not use pencils. I feel pencils are too harsh for me. I used to wear pencils, but as I have aged, I have stopped. And I now create the illusion of having a pencil with my eyeshadows, and for me, it works the best. Now I'm just going to grab a little ear cleanser thing, a Q-tip, and I'm going to soften that line just slightly. Always lifting up. Okay, so I have that. Now I'm going in and I'm going to take a little dome brush from MAC, a little pointier, and I'm going to take my base color that I used on my lid, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush. I'm going to tap it off, and then I'm going to go and add that gold just to soften that line. And this one I'm going all the way across. I do like, when I'm wearing a smoky eye, I like it to look smudged and a little messy underneath. I think it has a sexier look, if you might say. So I do like that. Okay, then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to take a dome brush and I'm just going to touch lightly on the highlighting powder up here, just a little bit. And just to blend the whole look, I'm going to go in underneath the eyebrow and I'm just going to put a little and soften the line, okay? And there you have your smoky eye. Now I'm going to continue on. I have 5 minutes to get my mascara done. So, oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot my pencils. I'm going to go in with my bronze Estee Lauder. Now, I like my bronze liner on the lower waterline. I think it's a softer look for me. If you like a dark look on you, that's fine. But I would suggest, unless you're very dark and you have lighter hair and complexion like me, you might want to try a brown pencil instead of a black. It just softens the look a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to line my waterline with the bronze. Oops, got a little messy pencil there. Okay, just lining it. No big deal. Okay, so I've lined that. Now I'm going to go in with my teddy, and I'm going to do the tight line. I have to lift up. I know it's not very pretty to look at, but we're going to do it for you anyway. And what this does, as well as giving you a little smokier look to your eye, it also gives you the illusion of having thicker lashes, but everybody knows that. Then I'm going to go in with my Shiseido eyelash curler. One other thing I do, I take a Givenchy reddish brown. I just like the look. You can use a regular brown. And I will go in now, and I will just accentuate the V part of the inner eye. Okay? And that completes all of the actual makeup that goes on the eye. Now I'm going to take my Shiseido lash curler. And with the Shiseido, you have to pull your eye slightly because it is shaped for an almond eye, but when you get used to using it, it really does spread your lashes really nice. And that's why the Shuuma, I cannot say that, don't know why, but that is also why that was such a popular lash curler, because it did have that. I'm going in with my MAC primer. I use a primer all the time because my lashes have become so thin. Also, I really focus on the outer lashes with the primer. I do all of my lashes with it at first, but then I really focus on those outer lashes because it will really widen your eyes, and it gives you the effect of having, you know, like a half false lash on. I find that I don't have to wear false eyelashes as much if I use a primer. Now, my lashes have thinned tremendously as I've aged, and I know there's all those Latisse and everything out there, but I'm not real sure about using them, you know, yada, yada, yada. Tried the castor and everything. Okay, you let your primer dry just a little bit, and then you just apply your mascara. And I use a brown mascara. Again, if you like a more sultry look, or you have darker hair, fair complexion, blue eyes, or you're just darker skin, darker hair, black mascara is fine. But I would suggest that everybody try either a black-brown mascara as you age, especially for just an everyday look. Okay, I'm going to finish up my mascara because my time is running out. So I just go in and I coat my lashes. Try to focus on the closer lashes. Not open my mouth for all the world to see. And then I just do the bottom lashes. I lightly whisk over them. I don't put a whole lot of mascara on the bottom lashes either. And that is your smoky look. And there's nothing else to it. That's it. It's just a matter of blending and practicing. I know I babbled a little here and I went all over the place, but it was really about just showing you how to put it on. And I hope it turns out so I don't have to do it over again. Okay, so if you were going out and you want to be all sassy as an older woman with your long hair conditioned perfectly, there you go. Thanks. Bye-bye.